thank you for, I don't know how many times I came here through 30 years, 20.
Many times.
Many times, and I enjoy every time, you know. You remember the sale this year, you came to me and you wrote, I wrote a few things. I said, you know, if I got where I am today, you know, a third or more came from you, copying how you did things, how enthusiasm you had through the years, and how you brought this breed to where we are. If I'm on the Red Brangus breed today, I'm here because of you. Because what you did at the beginning, and I said, I want to be like this guy, you know, and that's what I got. We had our sale this year that was our best. People from all over the world, from all over the state, and all that, I got to thank you for what you did, you know, what you influenced me. And I had a lot of people that I got to thank, but you're probably the biggest one, okay?
Well, we all worked hard for the Red Brangus breed for me, 44 years. And, you know, you don't build something that's good unless you work on it for a long time. And we've had a lot of good partners. You know, Pete Keeling, Gordon Miller,
Dennis,
you know, you just go on, Jim Hunt, your way, you just go on and on. The 10 founding members of the Red Brangus Association.
Can you tell us how it started, the idea? Because our followers don't know, why did we had 3 associations back then, and can you explain them what happened?
Well, we were members of the American Red Brangus Association, and several of us breeders, progressive breeders, we were the only breed in all the cattle industry in the United States that did not have EPDs, and we didn't require members to do much weighing. So we went to the board, and it was a 15-0 vote to start EPDs, and to ask people, not mandatory, but ask people to weigh cattle so we can start gathering data. And this is back in 1990 and 91. Well, the board voted unanimously to do it, but then I'm not going to call names. A member got up at the annual meeting and made a statement to all the old timers, oh, we got a bunch of breeders that are trying to take over our association and make you do all this stuff and weigh your cattle and ultrasound them and do EPDs. And so there was a resolution and that reversed the board's decision to do EPDs. So after that, we all got together, us 10 founding members, and said, look, we got to find a way to get this done. So we called Nelore at the Brangus Association and said, could we, come talk to you? And several of us went to San Antonio, and he sat down with us, and we told him what we're trying to do. Nelore met with us. We told him we wanted EPDs. The American Red Brangus was not going to do it. They voted it down at the annual meeting. Neil said, well, I can do that for you, $2 an animal. And that led to doing our EPDs, also led to them even doing registrations with that $2. And then a few years later, they came to us, Brangus, and said, would y'all be interested in joining IRBBA? And we said, yes, of course. And so we got together, and we weren't the only ones. Then some more Red Brangus breeders followed us because they could see the progressive movement of the cattle industry, and we were way behind. We were the only breed with 0 EPDs. So what people see in Red Brangus cattle today are cattle that started with 0 and had to work many years to build up EPDs.
Yeah.
And
now with the genome EPDs, it's making it a lot easier, right?
Yes. That's helped a lot.
Yes.
So it's been a long journey. Brangus has been great for us.
Tell them the story, because remember when we made the merge of both associations later on, explaining how was the process, because later on we just merged, because first they started doing the paperwork, the EPDs and the registration, right. But later on we merged both associations, and I was the president back then. I'm very proud to be part of that, and we both, Don Cox and myself, we went to be the board members of IRBBA. Can you explain how that worked?
Well, they invited us to be not elected board members, but they put us on the board.
But to the merge, explain to the merge how it worked.
Well, it just, they came in and said, you know, most of your cattle are half bloods, quarter bloods. Calves out of those were 3/8, 5/8. So they let us bring in quarter bloods, half bloods, and our 3/8, 5/8 cattle. And from that point, we started breeding for 3/8, 5/8 cattle going forward. And that's what built the IRBBA.
The IRBBA. And then that's been 16 years ago. And what do you see, because did you expect the Red Brangus to do so well when you guys started? Because right now, you know how it is worldwide, how strong we are.
We can't produce enough cattle.
Yeah, all the cells, your cell, Villa's cell, and our cell, and every single cell is doing really well. And if you go to Paraguay, if you go to Argentina, I just came back from Argentina, and I was able to about 30% of the semen sires on their semen facility are Red Brangus now. You know, you can go to Brazil, everywhere, South Africa, you know, Mexico, Central America, you know, Australia and Thailand, and it's growing so fast. Did you expect that?
Well, we knew our cattle would perform in hot, humid climates. I mean, I did research before I ever bought my first cow in 1983. And what I found in talking to cattlemen is you got to watch how much Angus you put in them down in your part of the country. And really, if you look at the majority of cattle in the United States, they're Brahman crossed cattle with Angus. So Brangus, Red Brangus, that fit perfect. And that's what got me started in Red Brangus, because of the hot, humid climate and the environment they had to live in and thrive in. And so, you know, it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that bringing cattle from Nebraska and Wyoming and Montana up in that cold weather, northern Kansas, that they're not going to do that well down here. And there've been a lot of Angus breeders come and go because they found out that this hot, humid climate is not for that type of animal. It's got to have a touch of ear and touch of Brahman in it, and that animal will thrive. And honestly, it's the best maternal cow on earth.
And that can give you carcass quality too. That's why, yeah, I think that's the only breed that can adapt to their environment. That said that it can adapt, but with early maturity and carcass quality, correct?
Correct. And we've been doing ultrasound, doing ribeye, intermuscular fat, back fat, checking it, and over the years, breeding more and more of our high-performing carcass quality cattle.
Here, look at some beautiful donors in the back, right? And we are finished. Now we're continuing with this second chapter. Can you tell that we have a lot of new buyers now and breeders and juniors that needs to know your opinion how to be successful in this business, right? What do they need to do, in your opinion, for them to survive in this business, not just to do really well like you did on this business?
Well, the key to the registered business, if you're going to be in registered business, don't go to a sale and try and fill your trailer up with $2,500, $3,500 cows. Whatever money you got to spend, this is some advice I got from a man at the very first sale I went to 44 years ago. He said, well, young man, I don't know how much money you got to spend or how much you're looking to buy, but what you need to do if you want to be successful in the registered business, you go find the best cow in this sale and see if you can buy that one first. If you can't buy her because she goes above your budget, find the second best cow. Don't go out there and try and buy 4 or 5 just to fill your pasture up, because you won't have the genetics nor the cattle that people are looking for. So the key to registered business is not quantity, but quality. If you buy donor type cattle, top heifers, top cows, you can be successful breeding them to the right herd bulls.
What about, tell us, you have a sale coming out on October 3rd, right? 4th.
We're selling 3 herd sire bulls. We're selling a flush out of one of the best donors we have, the 9J cow, which goes back to the 9U cow I bought from Pat Fagan. And I can tell you she's had 3 straight heifers, and every one of them, you can't tell them apart. They're peas in a pod. They're beautiful, thick, deep, wide, and feminine. Getting a feminine cow to be deep and wide is hard to do, very hard in this business.
I have a comment about this cow. Her mother couldn't go in a chute. She was so wide, you know, but she was not big, but very, very, very wide.
Right.
What a wagon cow. Probably one of the thickest cow I've seen in the breed.
Right. And then we're selling other than that aspiration on that donor cow, we're selling the 3 herd bulls, and we're selling 7 bred heifers, and they're all what I consider to be top-end tanks.
Okay, and also some semen, right?
We're not there yet, but we might.
Yeah, but just giving a message to our Red Brangus world, just to finalize it, what do you want to tell them, and any suggestions, any opinion, and just finalize with the invitation for them to make sure that they come to the sale, right?
Yeah, don't be afraid to market your cattle, because these cattle will perform anywhere in the world. And what I see people doing a lot of times, especially newer breeders, they don't have the confidence. They buy great genetics, they breed and raise great cattle, but they're a little hesitant to put a good price on them because they don't think somebody will pay it. I've always found out, if you got a top animal to sell, put the price at what you think she's worth, and they'll buy it because they know too what they're looking for. And the sale will be October the 4th at MBJ Ranch in Hempstead, Texas. It's called the VIA CX Advantage Sale. Some top quality genetics being sold, some of the best I think in Red Brangus, like y'all's successful sale, Power of the Brands, last week or week and a half ago. So come to the VIA CX Advantage Sale, and you're going to find some great genetics to take home and build your herd on or improve your herd with.
Hey, honestly, that's how I started, you know, him, Sherway, going back to the best. You know, if you start with great cattle, like he was saying, you can get great cattle. And follow the trend. Come grow with us, okay? This Red Brangus is not just starting. It's just starting.
Growing like gangbusters.
Yes. Okay, have a great day, and follow us on YouTube. This will be right here. See you. MBJ on the road.
Cox Excalibur.